Welcome to the first video in my series on effective presentations. And now I made the slides in this video using Google Slides, but the same ideas apply to presentations if you make them using PowerPoint or Explain Everything or other programs. This video will focus on 4 simple rules that deal with the basic physical appearance of your presentation. The other 2 videos focus on using transitions and animations and on the actual content of your presentation. Now, with that said, let's move straight into the first rule. When choosing background and font colors, high contrast is best. Basically, this means that there has to be a big difference between the color you choose for your background and the color you choose for your font. For example, if you choose light colors for both your background and your font, it can be difficult to read. Similarly, a dark font on top of a dark background can also be difficult for your audience to read. Remember, though, that things can look different on a projector screen than they do on your computer screen. So even if it looks okay on your computer screen, make sure there's a lot of contrast just so no matter how people are watching your presentation, they can read what you've written. If you want a dark background, then choose light colors for your font. Or if you want a light background, then you should choose darker colors. Our second rule is to keep background images fairly simple. Now, I found this really magnificent picture of myself, and I desperately want it in the background of this presentation, because who wouldn't want something this beautiful on the internet for everyone to see forever? If I were to just insert it as a background image as it is, it distracts from my message. It's stretched out weird, it makes everything hard to read, there are a lot of colors going on. So what I did, because I really desperately totally wanted this as my background, I opened it in a free photo editing program and I changed the color and I trimmed it down to the right size. So now it's more uniformly dark, it's not stretched out all strange, and then I can write over it using light colored fonts because it's a dark picture. Rule 3, the next rule, is fairly simple. Be consistent. I know it's fun to play with settings and change colors, but if you want a professional looking presentation, you should keep your background and your fonts the same through the entire presentation unless there's a really good reason to do so. Changing colors on every single slide doesn't look nearly as put together as if you keep it all consistent. Finally, pick a legible font. Remember, legible means readable. There are some really, really fun fonts that you can choose, and there are a lot of fancy ones, and I like them as much as the next person. But what you really need is for your audience to be able to read the words that you put up there for them, because those are the words you want them to be able to read. There are a lot of good choices for fonts. 3 that I like that are usually available on most presentation software programs are Garamond, Arial, and Times New Roman. You don't necessarily need to use one of these, but make sure that whatever you choose is easy to read. In summary, creating a visually appealing presentation is fairly simple. Just remember to use high contrast, to keep your background images simple and not too crazy, be consistent through the entire presentation, and pick a nice, easily readable font. Thanks and good luck with your presentations.